Hi guys, welcome back. Our generator has now finished running and we have 100 strategies in our collection. Now if you remember, when we generated our strategies, we used certain acceptance criteria. One of them was a profit factor of 1.2 and the other was a minimum count of trades of 300. Now what that means is that the strategy will be tested across all of the historical data and there needs to be at least 300 trades where the minimum profit factor is 1.2. Now, what we used to have to do is go through all of these strategies and then decide whether or not we would use them. So for example, if we go to page 10, you can see really bad equity line, big drawdowns, a lot of stagnation. And what we would do is we would go through all of these and we would delete the ones that we don't want until we got to the quantity of EAs that we wanted, which in this case is 10. However, there's a very cool new feature in Expert Advisor Studio, and that is the filter records. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select the checkbox, and as you can see, you have a number of options here. And if you click on the add validation criteria here, as you can see, you have many different options that you can put in to validate your strategies. So first thing we're going to do is minimum profit factor, which is already here. We have already set it to 1.2 in our acceptance criteria when running the generator. However, our minimum count of trades in the generator, as I said earlier, was 300. The minimum count of trades, the higher the number is, the more robust your strategy is, and the more times it worked in different market conditions. So we're going to leave those two. However, we are going to add one more, and that is going to be minimum R squared. Now, what minimum R squared is essentially the equity line. Now, if the R squared was 100, it would mean that we would have a completely diagonal and perfect equity line. Of course, this is impossible to get because market conditions change and you're always going to have drawdowns, and you're going to have periods where you make a little bit more and some periods where you lose a little bit with the strategy. So what we're going to do is we are going to play around with the minimum R squared number until we get to around 10 or 12 strategies that have passed. So right now we only have 6 out of 100 based on the criteria below. So we're going to bring this down to, let's say, 70. We're left with 17. That's still a little bit too much, so let's change this to 75. What you see now is that we have 11 strategies out of 100. So what we're going to do is we're going to just very quickly look through these and decide which one we're not going to keep. These all look pretty good. Just going to look through all of them, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to page 2. So you can see it's got a lot of drawdown. So let's get rid of this one. Alright guys, and as you can see, past strategies 10 out of 99 because we deleted one of them. What we do now is we are going to click on this dustbin icon here, which is remove all hidden strategies. So we click on that, and as you can see, we now have 10 of 10. So each one of these strategies here is going to be an expert advisor. Now, what do we do from here? Very, very easy. If you look on the strategy window here, you'll see that there's an icon where you can click to download the expert advisor for MT4. The one next to it is for MT5. Then this one here, you can add it to a portfolio, and this one here, you can remove it like we did on the 11th strategy. So all we're going to do from here is we're just going to download these for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. And these are the strategies from the historical data of this broker that we are going to use. And these are going to be 10 of the 40 strategies that we are going to be putting onto our platforms. So all I do is I click on Expert Advisor for MT4, it downloads, and then we click on the one for MT5. I'm just going to do this for all of them, MT4 and MT5. There we go. Now I have all of the expert advisors downloaded for both MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. Of course, you will only download the one that is applicable to the platform that you're using, but we will be attaching these to the course. So you'll have the option to download either the MetaTrader 4 or the MetaTrader 5 EAs, just depending on which platform you're using. Okay guys, so that's it. Very quick and very easy. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other 3 collections that we have created using the generator with the historical data from the other brokers. And in the next video, I will show you how we put these expert advisors onto our charts to start testing them on a demo account. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.